Hi, everybody. Suzy Woo here, and welcome to this month's. Actually, it's designed to be a healing session for everybody who would like a little bit of healing, and who wouldn't, right? But because there's some pretty intense astrology going on, we're also going to be covering that, and I am hoping that the audio and video are good. My laptop crapped the bed. And I had to run out and pick up a new one yesterday, and I'm still getting it set up. I am going to be issuing, or that's not the right word. There will be available to you Woo Life attire. So this is an example. Okay, we've got the hoodie. My sons had this one designed with my name on it because my sons are awesome like that. But right now I've got to reach out to a local supplier. So we used to do them in-house, and we are going to not do that in-house any longer. Okay, and then the other thing is next summer, August 15th and 16th, there will be a convention happening in Erie, PA, beautifully sandwiched between Buffalo and Cleveland. And it is the Metaphysical, Holistical, and Mystical Convention. There's going to be about 150 exhibitors. There are going to be world-class speakers. We've got Alan Clay coming. He's the founder of Dwarf Planet University. Saturday, he's doing a full day workshop, and then he's doing a presentation. He's going to sit on a panel on Sunday. So we've got channelers, we've got panelists, we've got awesome musicians. And if you're interested in that, you can email me, or if you are on my Facebook, I posted it with a link to the exhibitor application. Okay, all right. I think those are the headlines. Those are the big deals I needed to get out of the way. So I wanted to touch on the very intense astrology of the back end of October and now moving into November. You know that at the end of any astrological sign, the final degree is called the anaretic degree. It's a degree of crisis. So all of the signs go from 0 to 29. You've got 12 signs and 360 degrees in a wheel, okay? When something is crossing over the 29th degree, that is like the last breath before it moves into, it's born into a new house, a new sign. And so when a planet is moving through that final degree, there's like a crisis. There's a sense of urgency. It's very uncomfortable. And I do have a lot of clients who have planets at 29 degrees, whether it's the ascendant, the sun, or the moon, or personal planets. And those people have a lot of crisis in their lives. And it's not necessarily like self-created, but it happens around them. It happens to their person. And this is part of what your soul signed up for, is because you are going to overthrow that by working through it. Now we have Mars. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the chart now. So now, if you're not super well versed in astrology, I'm not going to go too deep that way. I use it just so that I have something to look at. Because when I'm plugged in, I don't think I did it right. Let me come back. Yeah, I'm not sharing like I meant to. Because when I'm looking at a chart, and I also get all kinds of other information coming through, it's just kind of like a guardrail guidance for me to open up for other energies to come through that I can share with you. Okay, so this is for today, 1:00. So the sun is at 11 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, so the sun is moving through Scorpio, and oh gosh, we got a full moon in just a couple of days. Is it the 5th? Let me look at my calendar real quick. Pretty sure it's the 5th. Yeah. Yeah, it's the 5th. So we've got a super full moon in Taurus, and my understanding is it's the closest that the moon is to the Earth the whole calendar year. So it's going to be a super full moon. In other words, it's going to look really, really giant, very close to the Earth. But that also means lunacy. All right, people are going to be losing their shit out there. But if that's not enough, we have the intensity of these crisis degrees being activated I kind of want to say again, because some of the planets are retrograde. All right. Now, Mars is moving forward full force. Mars is kind of an unstoppable but immature. I gotta do this. I gotta do this, and will a lot of times have foot and mouth disease because they leap first and ask questions later. And Mars is a warrior. Okay. But at the anaretic degree, that's a sense of urgency, crisis, pressure. I will be absolutely expecting eruptions of all kinds. So that could be, depending on where this falls in your personal chart, emotional eruptions. It means people in your circles might be flying off the handle. Hopefully it's not you, but if it is you, it's for some good reason. It's for some good cause, most likely. But it could be somebody just pushed you one iota too far and you lose your shit and you flip the game table over. It's really being intensified because at the opposite end of the street from Mars is the planet Uranus, which does flip the game table over. Now, this pairing of Uranus, this is asteroid Sedna. They are running together for quite a while, and that has to do with the betrayal of masculine energy, beginning with the original masculine energy, which would be the patriarch, right, the father figure, and people in positions of authority and structure. All right, so this is being earthquaked, and I think saying it that way makes a lot of sense. All right, kings and leaders, okay, masculine energy is being earthquaked, erupted, and pressured. And, creepy Andrew just lost all of his titles. And hopefully they keep going. Like, he should need to go to court and share what he knows, and he should be incarcerated. Who knows about all that stuff? Anyway, okay. What else? All right, so this is super duper intense. Mars opposite Uranus is explosive and it's heat. Now, in Scorpio, that's water. So that could be volcanoes, but it also could be, I'm hearing storm surges. And all right, even false detonations. So there might be engineered events, cataclysmic, which that was channeled before, but now it's another wave. And I'm really getting this whole storm surge very, very strongly. But I also feel people with lead wires and they're crossing the wires like a scientist. And now I'm kind of reminded of I think it was a Brady Bunch episode, and wasn't it Peter? And he did it and the thing exploded and it got all over somebody who was supposed to be dressed up or something. Okay. Oh, a squirrel. That is just my nature. Anyway. Alrighty, so this is a big, big pressure point. Anger, hostility, military. So there could be acts of war. And then on the 9th, and I'm sorry if you hear that scraping sound, my dog's chewing a bone. On the 9th, the planet Uranus does go back into Taurus, and that is going to just amplify everything. All right, so this is a tight window from, I'd say, yesterday all the way until the 9th, which is only 6 days from now, which is going to be peak. I would expect a lot of explosive energy to occur. Now, for yourself, on an individual level, you want to see where the Taurus Scorpio axis is. All right. And that's going to be where this symbol up here, Scorpio, see the M with the curl? That curl is the scorpion's tail. And then the opposite side, this symbol down here, this is the symbol for Taurus. All right, so this is going to be in two exact opposite parts of your chart, and that's where these transiting planets will be. And this is going to be the area of life that is going to be blowing up for you. Okay, now what else is going on? Neptune over here is also at 29 retrograde. Now, Neptune and Saturn have already driven past this degree. So there was stuff going on. It moved into Aries, crossed over that 0 point of Aries, which is the world axis. So that's when big shit happens in the world that are new beginnings, new reveals, unexplored territory. Well, now they're both retrograde. So it's kind of like hurry up and wait. I gave you a little peek, but you can't do anything about it yet because there's still more to be told. So both of these planets are now back into Pisces, water. All right. So this is going to bring up a grand trine, it's called, in water, which means each element, there's 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water in astrology. So there is something occupying each of the water signs. We have Mars in Scorpio. There's Mercury. We have the North Node, Saturn, and Neptune all in Pisces, so that's water. And then we have Jupiter in Cancer, and that's water. And Jupiter amplifies too. So it's going to be explosive to the 9th degree. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, personally, I don't think it's a bad thing because these are things that have to blow up to expose things or reveal things. And in your personal life, these could be matters that needed to come up to smooth out loose edges or where there may have been ruffled feathers, where there may have been false accusations or feelings of defeatism or caving in on oneself or feeling lost inside, not being able to make amends with particular things, crisis, people, circumstances. Well, there's still more to be told or revealed or shared or learned for you. That's what retrograde does. And so things happen real fast, things blow up, and now they're slowing down. And then in the new year, both of these planets will turn forward again, according from Earth's perspective, because planets can't really go backwards. Okay, so in the new year, both Saturn and Neptune will go back forward, leaving Pisces and going into Aries for the full rest of the duration. All right, so you want to be paying attention what was going on over the last 5-6 months for you, because those matters are coming back up, but now you know more. So you know more. You didn't know what you didn't know. Now you've got exposure to information, and now you know. So when these planets go back over this very important 0 point of Aries, you already know exactly what's going on. You've got the information, and it won't be as chaotic or disruptive or alarming or disturbing. Okay. All right. So what we want to also be aware of, and this is long term, is Pluto in Aquarius. I absolutely love. Super duper love. That is staying now for the next 19 years. And it is still out of bounds to the south, which I've learned from Pam Gregory, another astrologer. She's in the UK, and she learned that from another astrologer, that when this happens, that is always indicative of favorability to the people, to the citizens, versus the top down. So that's a great thing, but it's through revolting, rebellion, revolution, so that we can have evolution. Those are the things that Aquarius represents. Now, before I forget, having this opposition of Mars and Uranus, which on the 9th, which we're going to go there right now, on the 9th, here it is. So on the 9th, it is going to be on that crisis degree. All right. So this is going to be a big, intense day. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be doing anything on this day. I'm going to want to stay in. I'm going to want to, because Taurus and or Uranus and Taurus, that's Earth. So I'm probably going to do some kind of medicinal, maybe making things with herbs or some kind of concoctions or what's that word, tinctures or tea, something like that. You want to honor Earth. Taurus is Earth. Uranus is electricity, this being opposite, which now Mars will have moved on into Sagittarius, which is also fire. And that brings up issues about electricity, fires, electrical fires. But what I'm really feeling is the grid weakening, the grid going down, internet issues. But now we have another layer to look at. Sagittarius rules flights, traveling long distance. Uranus is god of the skies and aviation. Well, yeah. So you add that into the whole United States government shutdown, and they've been talking about absent air controllers. And first they said they'd make sure that didn't happen, and then you're hearing other reports. Okay, you cannot trust what you're hearing. You really just have to turn the shit off and feel inside. Now, I definitely see plane matters, airplane, aviation, disasters matters, crashes. And I don't feel that they're all random. Okay, nothing's random. But again, I have the feeling of somebody with a remote control. And this is not new. Okay, this happens all the time. When there's aerial disasters with important people on them, I feel that was selective. All right, now I'm not going to go further than that. So we have on this day, on the 9th, when Uranus goes back into 29 Taurus, which it's been here before, but it's going to re-bring up things that really get people upset. The beautiful part is with the North Node in Pisces, that brings up waves of compassion. So that's actually my favorite part and the saving grace. Water is spirit. Water is emotions. Water is the past. Water is our cellular memory. And so this can bring up issues of, okay, I got the word resurgence, but I feel like the story, I just have to say the way it's coming through. The story of Thanksgiving, pilgrims and Indians. Okay, that's a farce and this is not coming from my brain. It's just coming through. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. But these topics are coming back up, and I'm feeling that it's getting rectified, and some laws are getting rewritten that is actually removing certain populations from bondage. So this has to do with freedoms, religious freedoms. Why Neptune is religion. Well, Neptune, Saturn is religion. Freedoms, enlightenment, the ability to believe how you wish to believe, practice how you wish to practice, as long as it causes no harm, right? So it is, what's that other word? Sacrificial cow, sacrificial babies, okay? That kind of stuff. There's going to be some pretty ugly reveals coming up. And I'm even getting some celebrities coming across my mind, which I'm not going to even mention. Okay, but it will be topics out there in the news. All right, what else do we have? I kind of feel like that was enough. Now, I will, because my eyeballs just went there, is Venus in Scorpio. That's sex. All right. That is not a comfortable placement for Venus. This combination, you know what? It could be, unless that already happened, but certain tunnels, especially about Hollywood, that there's a disaster that happens, an explosion that happens to try to cover up particular evidence or stories, but it's going to backfire and it will reveal other maybe what's this word? Not terrains, but other, well, it could be tunnels, other like a wing, corridor, other avenues, other tunnels. Now that could be literal, but it also could be related to by association, and researching or investigating here now open this up, and oh my God, there's the mother of all problems. Most likely that all this kind of stuff is going to be happening in the month of November. I really don't feel like saying brace yourself because I don't feel that's appropriate, because it's really happening more in the out there world. And it doesn't need to be happening to your in here world. All right. So you don't want to allow for it. That's why you need to not pay attention to any kind of news. Okay. I kind of feel that's enough for that. So let me stop the share. And hopefully I'm not as blurry as I feel that I'm looking, but I'll figure it all out in due time. All right, so where are we going to go now? Okay, so this is going to be guided channeling. Okay, you are changing on a cellular level. Your anatomy is kind of bouncing around almost like slow motion popcorn popping. And I'm definitely getting some Pleiadian energy and lots of little orbs, little happy orbs. For some of you, it's Arcturian. And then there's another one over here. Hey, not Hades, but something like that. So I don't know exactly what that is. Now, Hades is the god of the underworld, and that is Pluto and Plutonian. Pluto is in Aquarius, for the people, by the people. So there may be, I should look up, there's an asteroid related to that. And what I'm seeing is that it has to do with a reveal. I'm hearing sounds of like concrete blocks being pushed and moved over, and there's like trapped, or not trapped, imprisoned, I feel children, bunkers, people being harbored and brutalized and abused. Okay. So this is going to crime. This is going to be high level crime. This is going to be speaking to you on an individual level in respect to your own past life experiences. And so everybody, you've had great lifetimes, you've had not great lifetimes. You have been killed and you have killed. You've been in war. You've been a woman, a man, in between. You have been all of that. And so because we are actually departing the heavy conglomerate, they're making me say trapezoid. They're not making me say it, they're guiding me to say it. We are leaving this fragmented, heavy, confused, dark kind of bewilderness, all this stuff that's still lingering around on a multidimensional DNA level, and that this is going to assist to consolidate and then transmute this within you. And how this may show up in your current lifetime is you have guilt around topics that seem to not make sense, or you feel bad, like you should be bowing your head, or shame. All right, so this may show up as like Catholic guilt, but it's multi-layered, and for some of you, it's echoes of past imprisonments, Whether you are the prison guard or the authority, or you are the prisoner, because you've been all of those. How exciting. So we are actually getting Uranus. Okay, that is Uranus. I've always said it the way it was taught to me in fourth grade, and it does make me giggle because I am immature. Okay, but I'm getting Uranus, which is the same. Okay, so that's who we're going to be calibrating with. That's pretty gosh darn exciting. And so for this, I'm going to call it an exercise. Um, I would like for you to imagine your own nervous system, to visualize your own nervous system. My understanding is this going to be an attunement. It's a recalibration. And it is to help alleviate discomfort, but also methods that you already practice that are not fruitful, because we are moving to a more multidimensional, less bound to matter state of being. And you can't take it all with you. And so you don't need to carry this guilt, this shame, this anger, this resentment, over cautionary feeling, doomsday feel, all that crap. You can't take that with you to these more lighter, freer spaces. Okay. And so again, just imagine, pretend, play along. Visualize your nervous system, and it's okay to be cartoony about it. You don't need to be anatomically correct. All right, so you're imagining your own hologram, your nervous system, and it may look like hair with a lot of split ends. It may feel chaotic as you're looking at your own nervous system. And now hold the vision and imagine that you are looking at your nervous system in front of you, like it's all laid out in front of you. Okay. And now you're going to bring your awareness down into your heart while you're aware of your nervous system. And you're going to be breathing in and out of your heart. And just stay there. Okay, now calling in, or no, we are guided by the energy that we are labeling as Uranus. Very strong, super, super strong energy coming in. And allow this to come into your field, your energetic field. Now you may experience color. As for me, I'm seeing yellows, really bright yellow. And my understanding is atoms. And I'm pretty sure that there's other layers of meaning, because atom, atom, point of origin, unity. That has to do with unity consciousness. Oh my God. Oh, this is so good. Okay, so here comes this beautiful energy, kind of, it's not really whirling, it's swirling around you and starting to go beneath your feet now. And now we have the energy of Mercury, which happens to be the lower octave of Uranus. So this mercurial energy is beneath your feet, and it is asking you to stay inquisitive. Like keep light, friendly, easygoing, laughy, because that is so you don't get too heavy down in the doldrums, too heavy to attach to anything that is being sent in your notifications about what's going on in the outer world. Okay, it's very important to stay centered. This is just information coming through. And now that all that is spoken and out of the way, this energy is going to intensify, and it's going to start clearing two places. Okay, one is the rectum, and the other is the central nervous system, but the abdomen, the abdominal, and the organs inside. So it's going to be your stomach, your small intestine, the bottom of your esophagus. And this is also going to start to minimize swelling energy around your ankles. And they're saying the reason that they've been swollen is like there's a fishing line wrapped around them. And for some of you, you've been being dragged for a long time. And so that is going to be kind of snipped, dissolved, cut. Really, it's an energy that's being vanquished. And then the next vision is if you are looking at a taut wire and you ping it, wah, 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 it does that. And so this is they're saying that is an illumination or enlightenment. Now this is similar to a cord cutting, and it's still around the ankles. As swelling around the ankles is going to begin to now diminish. And a rebalancing of energy in the feet. And these are new strands of light filling your feet and warming your feet. And it's pretty darn happy, excited, like really excited. And now this energy, these strands of light it's kind of like the end of wires that are live, just kind of moving around, but they're reattaching to the healthy, good, forward-thinking aspects of yourself, and they're going to start to grow like vines, clearing your nervous system of the old chaotic demise residue. Now, for some of you, you might be feeling this moving up you way faster than where I am. That's completely fine. And for some of you, you might be tuned out and having your own experience, and that's good too. All right, now this is minimizing swelling of the knees. And whoever's saying cankles, it is attempting to be remedied if you only allow. So just get your head out of the way. Now we're going to call in constellation Sagittarius. We're going to start to ease heaviness in the thighs and in the hips. Oh, this is exciting. And now something's going to unhinge that's old, and you're going to drop it's like dropping a bunch of weight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And they're saying a cosmic realignment to your spinal cord. We've just changed timelines. And this has to do with strength on a non-physical level and freedom. And now this is a lung clearing, cleansing of the lungs. And a boosting and proud energy in the heart. Old energy breaking free and away out of your rear rib cage. And now strengthening the shoulders and taking some old stuff out of the collarbone where it's very close to your shoulders. And now flowing energy. And I'm seeing lightning, but it doesn't feel super intense, but it's real bright. That's going to work down your neck trapezoids into the shoulders and begin to flow down your arms. And this is new and it's way more neutral. That you don't always need to be freaking out like a live wire. It's okay to be neutral. It's okay to be calm. You don't always need to be doing something, and you don't always need to be looking for things to worry about, specifically to the Virgo people. It is a time of cosmic alliance. This beautiful energy now flowing down your arms and starting to balance out. Okay, the next is taking fish and lying off of your wrists. And that does not apply to everybody, but if it does, you know, and you'll feel this. And now that energy or surge of warmth is going into your hands. Ooh, and I'm seeing a lot of sacred geometry in the hands. So your hands are being activated. Not only your palm chakras, your full hand energy. All the planets are in your fingers and thumbs. Okay. Now this next thing is a cosmic alignment with the thymus or the high heart, and that's the unified heart on a universal level. And that you're not all there yet, and that's completely fine. You can come back and rewatch this, and each time you'll get a little further and a little further. Now, for some of you, this is a clearance of the throat. The people watching are gonna experience this very, very differently in the throat, and that's based upon your own previous lifetimes. Now, what I'm seeing is like stone heads all the way, like a whole bunch of stone heads, so that they're seeing all the way around, facing every direction in your throat. So this is a karmic clearing. It's not the same as the all-seeing eye. It is a level of awareness that has to do with cosmic truth, and that you've been in evaluation mode for the last 3 months. And for some of you, you're getting a lot of tinnitus, ringing in the ears, pressure in the ears, jaw tension, even TMJ. This is going to clear some of that out now. And now bringing relaxation and ease into the jaw and letting this soothe right down the throat. Like a beautiful lozenge of light. Good. All right, so the next one is with fishing lying around the head, like if you were wearing a bandana around your head or a headband. And that's, again, not applicable to everybody, but if it is, you'll feel this, and we're going to snip that. And now for everybody, there's a cosmic alignment of the third eye in your crown chakra. And for some of you, it's tilted, which just means you're out of balance between your yin and yang energy. That's all. Okay, nothing's the end of the world. Some of you, I'm getting Neptune's trident over here. And then I'm hearing emotional freedoms. This is huge. Emotional joy. Kind of like going to where everybody is. It's kind of like if there's a rescue of a whole bunch of people, and as they get rescued, they join everybody else who's rescued, and everyone's cheering them on. I'm feeling this so deeply, I almost want to cry. Oh, because they're saying, because I was one of them. Okay. And for many of you, it is, say, an amplitude. That you don't want to be standing on a platform that's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's surety, stableness. It's always been that way. Well, that platform, the floor, whatever, I see it round, like a circle, is getting smaller and smaller. So less and less people will be able to stand on it. And so it's not the same as being rescued, but you're being moved to this other center point, which definitely is moving, but it's exciting and it's good. Oh, because the other one is stagnant and it's not free flowing. So we're moving to where there's way more creative energy, which is the state of the universe. That's awesome. There's life, there's liveliness, there's joy, but most importantly, there's creativity there. You can do anything you want to. Wow, it's almost like the land of dreams. I love this. Okay, and so now we're going to bring that over your center. Some of you are receiving keys and codes of higher consciousness. Allow yourself to simply receive. Oh, this is delicious. You are love itself and you are loved. You are so loved. I feel super safe. It's like we've got you now. No more harm may come to you. And you don't need to be in a state of repair any longer. The really heavy endurance of suffering is over. This is so good. There's celebratory joy, freedom, and expansion. And survival too. Like you made it through 2020. You've made it through so many, even before that, things in your life. You've made it. You're still here. And you're not done. You've made it. And now there's rewards for your survivability, for your determination to stay here when times got really hard and the chips were down and things were really stacked up against you. That is many of you, your soul's mission was to endure so that you can now kind of reap the benefits where you kind of get to pick your own berries and how sweet they are. And that you all have different kind of like bush berries and trees. They're all different. I'm seeing a fig tree too, and it's very significant. Freedom. Breathe freedom. There's never been a truer time to breathe freedom. You are love, gentle souls. Awesome. And let yourself have another beautiful, big, deep breath. Release it whenever you're ready. And whenever you're ready, if you had your eyes closed, you can open your eyes and come back into the space with me. I sure hope, yeah, good, that I turned the recording back. I'm so glad that we caught that on film because that was so powerful, so deep. And I hope you'll come back and rewatch this to get more juice out of it. Wow. Your dreams, your calculations, your GPS, your own bodies of all of that is recalibrated now. Woo. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. All right, so I'm not going to fill this time up with talking because that's not the proper thing to do. We do have a wonderful comment. When you started talking about being survival, I just started crying. It's done. It's over and you made it. And your spirit guys, they've got you. I kind of feel like they're holding you, like the monster's gone. You're safe now. So powerful. So powerful. Oh my goodness. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I would love to get 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I have 800 and something now. I'd love to be able to grow that channel. I'd love if you can share me with a friend. And I am launching my self-mastery course this week, Thursday. There's still a couple spots left if you want to be on with me live. And if you just want the recordings, then there's no limit. You can find that information on my website, SUZY, Suzy with a ZY dash WOO.com. All right, everybody, we did it. I invite you to have some water now and to just kind of reflect on this because it was pretty intense and see how you feel. Like, don't jump into anything yet. Just get a drink of water and let yourself reflect on what just took place. And I would even encourage you to journal or maybe draw. Some of you have been in concentration camps. You just might need to be able to complete this in your own way by journaling, drawing, expelling whatever is showing up for you and really knowing it is truly over. And so there is sometimes that it's a little bit of PTSD that is letting you know it's safe and that it's a finality of being cleared. And so your behavior patterns are going to be shifting way healthier, way better, tuned to the frequency of love and all that is, which is you. Brilliant. All righty. So that being said, I'm just going to give you guys a great big hug. And I thank you so very much. Thank you. And I will either be back on in a week or in a month. If you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications, you'll know when I come on next. And I also invite you to subscribe to my newsletter, which you'll always know when I'm doing that way too. Okay, until next time, bye for now.